From Nashville, Tennessee. So this morning I am making Quiche Lorraine, and it is a keto dish, and I'm making it for my Book Sisters Club. And it's a book club I go to once a month. I really enjoy it. So anyhow, you will need a blender, and you're going to have a pie dish. So a little pie dish right there. And I went ahead and took a frozen pie crust. I let it defrost for about 15-20 minutes on the counter, and then I unfolded it and put it into the casserole pie dish. This is a little bit deeper pie dish. This is the one I would recommend to use. And then in the pie dish, I went ahead and put 4 slices of bacon. You don't want to make it too crispy, but nor do you want it kind of rawish. You just want it just right. So 4 slices, I kind of recommend a more thicker sliced bacon, and then you're just going to chop it into larger pieces. Okay. Then you're going to add 4 slices of Swiss cheese. You may also use grated Swiss cheese. I would recommend about 1/2 to 3/4 cup. So I'm going to take the Swiss and just lay it on top of the bacon. Like that, just lay it on top of the bacon. And just make sure that every piece of bacon that the Swiss pretty much covers. I did take 1 piece and just put it in half. Okay, so that's what that should look like. Okay, so now in the blender, the first thing we're gonna add is 1 slice of onion. I just kind of chopped it roughly. And you want to put that at the bottom of the blender so you make sure that gets nice and chopped up. You don't want people biting into onion. No. And then this is about 1/4 to 1/3 cup of just chopped ham. This is not a dish that can be made vegetarian or vegan. Obviously not vegan, it's got a lot of dairy and egg products in it. So if you want a vegetarian omelet, I will be making a omelet with mushrooms and red peppers, and I'll be posting that shortly. But please hit subscribe. I do have new videos each and every week. I am 55 years old. I am an expert at anti-aging, and I make bone broth, and I have these wonderfully healthy recipes. I do a lot of keto. I do quite a bit of vegetarian recipes. It's a plant-based diet. So hit subscribe. I also release exercise videos and healthy living, and please follow me and like my videos. Thank you so much. Alrighty, so the next thing is 1/2 cup of organic 1/2. Please splurge and spend the extra money. I have a whole video series on the vitamin K diet. Literally, it has made the wrinkles on my face just fall off. That sounds weird, but they actually just kind of sloughed off as I was just washing my face. I just noticed my face was just looking so much better from the vitamin K diet. So you need your organic, grass-fed 1/2. Put that in there next. We're just going to use just a smidge of pink Himalayan salt. You don't want to use the regular salt because it's got a lot of plastics in there. Just a little smidge. That's about 1/8 teaspoon. Nutmeg. I'm going to just make that a teensy bit sweet. And now again, vitamin K diet. I have lots of videos on the vitamin K diet and how it'll make your wrinkles go away. So 4 organic eggs. You want to make sure that they are cage-free eggs, of course. So we're just going to first take each egg and we're going to crack them into a bowl, because if you get shell in there, that's going to be rather unpleasant. So I'm just going to crack the eggs into a bowl and do them 1 by 1. It's a little bit messy egg. Another one. Now, I always do 2 at one time. This is my boys. I have 3 grandsons. This is our absolute favorite dish. I make them for every holiday and never have leftovers. So I do love quiche. It's just such a wonderful source of protein, and this is a very old-fashioned recipe. I've had it for about 30 years or so. So Quiche Lorraine is just an old-time favorite of mine. Alright, so you just want to put this in a blender. You're going to do it on high for 10 seconds, okay? So let's go ahead. Make sure you put your hand on top. Take the lid off. It usually helps. And pour that in there. So you want to have it to kind of come to the top, of course not overflowing. And then I'm gonna go ahead and set it in the oven. And I already have one baking in the oven so I can kind of show you what it looks like baked. So let me go ahead and get the other one out so that you can see that one. Alrighty, so I went ahead and baked the quiche for 30 minutes at 400-degree oven. The last 10 minutes, sometimes it needs an extra 5 or 10 minutes. Keep a close eye on it, because that's the only trick to the quiche, is you can easily burn it. 400 degrees, not a little bit higher, not a little bit lower. But here's the trick, is you want it to just be a little bit bubbly on top, and you want to see the brown, just a slight amount of brown. Of course, too much brown is burnt. You're just gonna have to dig it out and still be yummy inside, but you don't want it raw either, because then it's gonna be raw and gooey on the inside. So start off at 30, because everyone's oven's just a little bit different. Keep an eye on it. Then maybe set your timer for about every 3 minutes or so, and just make sure that it's just slightly brown on top and that that crust hasn't started to burn too much when it's brown. Anyhow, you're gonna have to let that cool for 30 minutes before you cut and serve it. It does keep nicely in the refrigerator for several days.